A few years ago, if you told me that a company that helps you schedule cab rides through their mobile application would become one of the top EV scooter sellers in the country, I think you were drunk and I'd probably use their app to call a cab for you home. But today, here we are. And while there have been multiple opinions about the Ola range of scooters on the internet, if Poonam Pandey's death has taught us one thing, it is to not believe everything we hear on the internet and to go out there and do our own research. So today, I'm here to test the Ola S1X Plus scooter. Welcome to the channel. Alright, we're doing a city run now on the Ola S1X Plus. The battery has been charged to 70%, so that means that I am going to be able to have access to sports mode, normal mode and eco mode if I choose to go into that. Now we're in normal mode and it is restricted to 70 kilometers an hour in normal mode. I'm not too sure if I'll be able to hit that speed on this road considering the amount of traffic that is ahead of me. But I'm going to try and hit the bumpy surfaces to see what the suspension's like. The one thing that it takes a while for me to get used to with EVs is the lack of sound. It's hard to gauge what speed you're going at when there's really no sound whatsoever. I'm guessing that's something that will eventually become second nature to me once I ride this for a little longer, but until then it seems a little strange. Comfort levels are pretty decent, and keeping in mind that we're going at about 50 kilometers an hour even on the bumpy stuff, there doesn't seem to be that much discomfort caused because of that. The riding position on this scooter is quite favorable to tall riders too. I was a little worried that being a scooter, and since I'm coming from riding an Adventure 390 just a few seconds ago, I thought it would be a little uncomfortable and a bit awkward while riding this, but it doesn't take too much of an adjustment. I think the handlebar is situated at a very neutral position both for short and tall riders, and the seat height isn't too intimidating. Of course, with scooters it usually isn't. And I get cut off by a cycle. Oh, lovely. Again, like I said, lack of sound. You have to be using the horn a lot more to let people know about your presence. While I am talking about the suspension and the seating position, I think I should mention the seat as well. The seat has a nice bit of cushion to it, both for the rider and the pillion. I think there's plenty of space to move around, though I don't know if you would be moving around a lot on a scooter, but that option is available in case you choose to do so. The seat has this nice grippy texture to it also, so it does allow you to stay put even under hard braking and quick acceleration. Yeah, I think they did a good job with the suspension on this. It's not too stiff, not too soft. I think it is set up well for city conditions. Yep, even the bumpy stuff doesn't phase it too badly. I'm going to try and hit a bit of the highway now after we're done with riding through here, and then I'm going to come back and ride in normal mode once again. I'm trying to save the battery to about 50% or so that I can get some of that sports mode on the highway to see how quickly it goes. Mind you, I did have a chance to test ride this scooter on the back roads at Malad too. Okay, we'll run it from a standstill now. There's no one around. That's 0. Let's go. 40 came real quick. I don't think it took 3 seconds to do that. And the top speed I was able to hit on it in sports mode was about 89 kilometers an hour. In normal mode it tops out at 70 kilometers an hour, and in eco it's about 40. How ironic, parking next to a Harley. Sport mode now. Yep, there is that noticeable bump in power that you experience. Now Ola claimed to have dropped about 6 kgs from the previous generation Ola S1 Pro, and that technology has been transferred over to the other Gen 2 scooters like the S1X Plus. Owing to that, they've been able to increase the range of the S1 Pro, and the range on this one is a claimed 151. In real world, I think you should get about 125 to 130 kilometers, but yeah, that's what is claimed, 151. Bit of open road. Some bumps on the highway too, but as you can see, it's not affecting it too much. We've touched 89, which is what I was able to max it out at yesterday as well. While I am impressed with how well this scooter moves, I think an equal mention should be given to the brakes on this, because it's got drum brakes at the front and at the back to keep the cost down and make it affordable, but in no way does that compromise the braking capabilities of it. I am able to come to a standstill pretty quickly. It's also got a combi braking system, which means that if I engage the rear brake, the front brake also assists in stopping the scooter. And in a controlled environment yesterday, I was able to skid the rear too. So at lower speeds, once you're almost coming to a halt, that rear locks up and allows you to slide the rear just a little bit if you're into that kind of fun. The LCD instrument cluster also is pretty easy to read even in this bright sunlight. I think they've got the angle right, at least for someone of my height. Useful information is available on the screen right now. You can see the battery level, you can see the range, the odometer, trip meter, and again with an app you can get into more information about it too. It's also got turn-by-turn navigation, it's got music control, it got GPS. You can locate the scooter using the mobile app. So there's quite a few handy features available if you do eventually connect your phone to the scooter. LED lighting all around, so the headlight, tail light and the indicators too are all LEDs, and I think that adds to its premium look. What you will notice is those shrouds which are around the handlebar on the S1 Air and the S1 Pro are missing on this one, but I don't think that honestly impacts the look of the scooter too much. I know this is going to sound strange, but I really love the mirrors on this. I think they offer a great amount of visibility and there's not too much of adjustment required to find that sweet spot. The scooter also comes with a USB port over here to connect to your mobile devices and charge them, and you have nice compartments over here and here to be able to place whatever electronic devices or any other items that you need quick access to while riding the scooter. They've also, as you can see, given it a flat footboard now, unlike the earlier generation Ola scooters, so you can accommodate more down there. Even if you are, say for example, transporting your puppy Bane, he would be able to sit there very comfortably. The range right now in normal is 56 kilometers, and if I move that to sport, it changes to 50. So it is calculating all of that real time. Something to keep in mind is the scooter does come with a reverse gear and cruise control. Now, I don't know how many people would actually need a reverse gear on a scooter which weighs just this much, but if you're someone new to two-wheelers and you need a little bit of help getting out of tricky situations, maybe that will come in handy for you. And the cruise control, I'm not too sold on that, because you're going to be riding scooters in the city most of the time, so I don't know whether it's advisable to set it at a certain speed and then just chill. Again, it's nice that the feature is available. I don't know how many people would actually use that though, but that's just my opinion. Now, I have been reading a lot of information about the Ola scooters, and one of the things that came up in some of the forums that I read was about the heating issue that the earlier generation Ola scooters had. Now, I think the company has addressed this. There's a completely redesigned frame and battery as well, I believe. And with that, I think they have managed to control the heating issues that were experienced earlier. Keep in mind, it's 12:09 right now. I've been riding this in sport mode through city traffic for most of the time, and I haven't had any issues with it just yet. Again, that's not to say that the issues are ironed out completely. It's just that during my test of the scooter, I don't seem to find any issues with that. One thing that I forgot to mention earlier is that you don't get a key, a physical key with the scooter. You get a password which you can use to lock it, and you can also set your phone to unlock it when you come within close proximity of it. Yeah, getting a bit of weird looks from people fully geared up riding a scooter, but safety first. Safety first. I don't think the GoPro will give you a clear idea of how steep this is, because with a wide angle fisheye lens it usually distorts it and makes it look like you're just nervous to ride a scooter or a motorcycle off-road. But I can guarantee you that this is steep, and that's why cars and bikes will go slowly around here, rickshaws included. Let's go. Steep slope, and we made it. Wow, not a problem at all. The S1X Plus comes in 7 different colors, and some of them have graphics as well. I'll try and put images of that on the screen to give you an understanding of what those options are. I also like that Ola have been integrating some of the feedback that they received from their Gen 1 scooters, the most noticeable being the front forks. So you had a single fork on the Gen 1, you've now got twin telescopic front forks on the S1X Plus and the entire range for that matter, right up until the S1 Pro. The rear also, you now get a dual-sided swing arm versus the single-sided that you got on the Gen 1. This has dual shocks as well. Now, while the S1 Pro gets a mid-drive IPM motor, this gets a hub motor, and that's one of the few things that they've done to keep the cost a little more affordable on the S1X Plus. Another thing you'll notice is the wheels on this are steel wheels versus the alloys that you get on the S1 Pro. Now, when it comes to storage, there's 34 liters of storage available under the seat. So if you long press that button, the seat pops open, 34 liters of space. So you can easily accommodate a spare helmet and a bag in there. You can also carry a portable charger with you if you want to do that. And then if you just close that back, it says trunk closed. The display on this is a 5-inch LCD versus the 7-inch touchscreen that you get on the S1 Pro and the S1 Air. Now, even with all the features that the S1X Plus comes with, it's currently the most affordable of the 3 scooters from Ola's range. Here's what's the difference between the 3. The S1 Air sits between the X Plus and Pro and gets the same motor, wheels and brakes as the X Plus, but gets the same 7-inch touchscreen instrument console and a 750 watt charger that you get with the S1 Pro. The S1 Pro gets a more powerful 5 kilowatt mid-drive IPM motor which peaks at 11 kilowatt and is capable of a top speed of 120 kilometers per hour with a claim range of 195 kilometers. All 3 models come with an 8-year or 80,000 kilometer battery warranty. Now, who do I think that this scooter is meant for? Well, if you're someone who rides 90% of the time in the city, and I'm saying 90% because 10% we all like to explore just a little bit, then I think this scooter should be perfect for you. It's not too expensive, it offers a decent range, and charging doesn't take a lifetime. Additionally, if you commute to work and back on a 2-wheeler and your commute isn't too long, then you can easily use this. Charging, like I shared, takes about 7.5 hours to 100%. So if you do carry the portable charger with you, you can get some additional juice at your workplace or at home too. And finally, if you're a college kid on a budget and you don't want to spend a lot of money on fuel, then an EV is a great option, especially considering the 8-year and 80,000 kilometer warranty that they're offering on the battery. I think it should serve you well for a really long time until you want to upgrade to something else, if you do want to eventually upgrade. And the sport mode on this should keep you engaged as well if you're into riding at higher speeds. Of course, please exercise caution when doing so. Alright, that's pretty much all I had for today. Thank you again so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you did not, well, give it a thumbs up for that Porsche over there. As always guys, at least wear your helmets while riding your motorcycles and your scooters too. And ride safe. It's a freaking jungle out there. Goodbye. Oh, that's still on.
Net boss with a great bag. Came up, you can't hate that. Self-made, you can't take that. Yeah, self-made, you can't make that. Some said I need a record deal, I need a co-sign, I need a Dre track. But all the time I had a mean flow, I had a cold grind, and that's a great match. Payback, codes and I make racks. And my pockets gon' stay fat, cause I murk beats and I slap.